first, we get started this morning with new information about a crime spree on the Gold Coast. The investigation is finding that this spree is wider and much more extensive than we first thought.
The details are really pretty unbelievable. Jessica D'Onofrio has been following this story for us. So Jessica, map it all out for us.
Well, Tanya and Terrell, we are learning that this all started over a dispute between two brothers on the west side of Chicago. Then one of those brothers allegedly went on a violent carjacking spree that ultimately ended up right here in the Gold Coast. Now, police tell us that this all started at around 5 o'clock last night in the 5500 block of West Adams when the suspect allegedly shot and wounded his 23-year-old brother. We are told his brother is in stable condition this morning. He would then go on to start carjacking people at Jackson, then Milwaukee, and again at Halsted Street at gunpoint, even crashing into cars, ultimately winding up on the near north side where he carjacks a police officer in an undercover car in the 600 block of West Chicago. Then onto the Gold Coast to the intersection right here. I can show you a car which has been removed, of course, was shot. There was a person in the car who was shot and targeted when the suspect continues on this rampage. He shoots a 37-year-old driver in a Nissan right here at this intersection, shoots him in the arm. He is expected to be okay. Let's listen in to some of the dispatch call that happened yesterday in the evening rush.
Person with the gun fired several shots. I got a person shot Oak and Russian Oak. And a person with the gun, Staten Oak. Male black with the gun was trying to stop vehicles. They shot into a car.
This wild string of carjackings that horrified the Gold Coast is more extensive than it first appeared.
Last thing eastbound on Oak, coming in at Rush and Oak. Person with the gun fired several shots.
Chicago police say it all started at 5 o'clock last night in the 5500 block of West Adams when the suspect allegedly shot and wounded his 23-year-old brother. He would then go on to start carjacking people at Jackson, then Milwaukee, and again at Halsted Street at gunpoint, crashing into cars, ultimately winding up on the near north side where he carjacks an officer in an undercover car in the 600 block of West Chicago. Then onto the Gold Coast to the intersection of Rush and Oak where he attempts to carjack another vehicle, targeting a 37-year-old driver in a Nissan who was shot in the arm. He's expected to be okay.
I got a person shot Oak and Russian Oak. And a person with the gun, Staten Oak. Male black with the gun was trying to stop vehicles. They shot into a car.
The suspect then moves on to carjack a dark-colored Jeep, dumping it in the 1400 block of Inner Lakeshore Drive. And he's not done yet. He tried to grab a Mercedes and shoots the 84-year-old driver of that car in the arm. The driver's wife spoke to Eyewitness News, saying he has a graze wound.
He said if he hadn't have ducked, the bullet would have hit him in the head. Things need to change. They really need to change in this neighborhood. It's getting really bad.
The suspect didn't stop after shooting Michelle Klarchek's husband. He continued to try to snatch more cars, ultimately running into a nearby condo building where police were able to catch up with him. Police say they were able to recover the gun that was used in this carjacking spree. Meanwhile, this morning, the suspect is still being questioned by detectives. We do expect charges to be filed sometime later today.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.